This is an introduction to the Outlining Your Novel digital workbook. This program is based on Outlining Your Novel workbook by K.M.Weiland, and the workbook is a companion to her Outlining Your Novel book. While the book will be the main instructional source for how to outline your novel, the digital workbook will walk you through the process of actually doing it. This is basically a fill-in-the-blanks type of program, so very little explanation is required. If you do need explanations of the purpose of each section, you can find it all on the table of contents page of the help screen. Every chapter, section, and question has been reproduced in this program, and you can read it all by clicking through the different screens or reading about the introductions on the help section here. Each of these buttons will display an introduction for that section of the program. Now, when you're on the table of contents screen, you can quickly jump to a related part of the program by clicking on the arrows at the start of each chapter. You can also find each of these section intros distributed in appropriate screens throughout the program. Click on the I for information buttons at the bottom of the layouts to read the intro for that section. On some screens, there are also buttons with question marks on them. The pop-up displays from those buttons have help about how to actually use the program. Each of the 6 navigation buttons at the top of the screen correspond to a chapter in the workbook. And each of the buttons in the drop-down selectors correspond to a related section within that chapter. Control window. The main control window is accessed by clicking the icon in the upper left corner of any layout. The control window is where your writing projects begin and end. Any number of novels can be saved in this program, and they will all remain distinct and separate. A useful feature for writers of series or sequels is the ability to import settings and characters from other projects. Add project. Click the plus sign to get started with a new project. Enter a project name in the window that appears. To rename a project, click on the name of the current project and change the name in the window that appears. Now you see it says New Project Name down in the status bar. You can always tell which project you're on and which section you're on by the status bar at the bottom. To switch to a new project, click the down arrow and select any project from the drop-down list. You may also delete the current project by clicking on the trash can, and you will be asked to confirm the deletion. Help. Now there are 3 ways to navigate to the help window. In the control window, there is a help button that will take you right there. Also, you can navigate to the help window by clicking through the browse arrows all the way to the end of the list. And there's also on the workbook menu a help button selection up at the top there. The About Us screen can also be accessed from the control window or by clicking on the browse arrows. The About Us screen has links to the authors and the programmers' web pages. The Exports Path display is always in the control window, and click on it to select a new default exports path. Currently, you'll only need an exports path if you wish to export a list of scenes to be used in another program like Scrivener, but selecting a default export path isn't a requirement because you can always choose any path when you do want to export scenes. But that will just open up browse window so you can go in and select a new default exports path if you wish. Navigation. On the Instructions tab of the Help screen, there's a Navigation tab, and that explains the 4 main ways to navigate through the program. There are 31 screens, many of which have additional sections hidden by tabs or hidden by sliders. Now you can tell when you're on a screen that has a slider because there's two small dots at the bottom. You can view the hidden slider by clicking on the dot or by clicking on the left or right arrows on either side of the screen. Exporting scenes to Scrivener. When you're on the scene list, you can create a number of scenes just by tapping into the field and typing like that. Or if you want to insert a scene right in the middle, you can click on the Insert button, and that will make a space right after the scene you clicked. So you can export, you can type in whatever description you want. And then when you're ready to export the scenes, you choose Export Scenes. You'll be given a chance to choose a location where you want to export the scenes, and you can create a folder if you want. And then you can just export them like that. And so the scenes will be exported for you to be used in another program if you wish. The calendar screen is found under the Extras chapter. Use the calendar to create a chronological display of events in your novel. You can choose any month you want, type in any year you want. They don't have to be in sequence. And then you can just automatically number the calendar, and you can type an event that happens on the day that you want. And then whatever you type there will be displayed down here, and you can edit it further if you want to do that. Okay. The playlist is also found on the Extras chapter. Songs that capture the mood or the message of any characters or sections in your novel can be listed, saved, and played on the playlist layout. Click the Import Song button to display the name and song file field for each song. Right there. You can enter the song name, and then you can actually right-click to and choose Insert Audio, and then you can just find an audio file if you want. Choose that and then insert it into your scene. And then you can play it right from this mini display in here if you want. Or when you fill up a number of these displays here, you can open up the player window by clicking on the title, the section title of any section that actually has a song in it, and that will open up the novel playlist player. And you can use this to play any songs to set the mood and inspire you as you write. And the novel player will just cycle through every song. If it's empty, it'll just skip to the next section until it goes all the way through all of the songs in your playlist. Now, if you want more help, there is also a free user's guide available for download. The 20-page user's guide doesn't cover every chapter or section, but just the ones that require explanation. So best wishes and happy writing.